Welcome back. Michelle Swader, dietitian at UW Health, is ready to take your calls at 270-9933. Any diet or nutrition questions. Call now, 270-9933. Hi, Michelle.
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good. School starts in a couple of weeks virtually. A lot of kids aren't going to school, and they depend on those meals for breakfast and lunch.
Right, and the good news is that you can still take advantage of those school breakfasts and lunches. I advise everybody to check their district website to find out what the pickup schedule is, how they're doing the breakfast and lunches. A lot of times you're getting a whole week's lunches and breakfast together, and then you can choose to use them in that way, or you could break up those components and use them just across the day.
What if you're going to feed your student from home yourself? What are some tips?
Right. So definitely first, keep it healthy. We want to focus on nutrition. It's what will help our kids learn the best, help them stay somewhat calm and focused, and most important, stay healthy. So we still want to have nutritious sources of the carbohydrates, fats, and protein. And remember that snacks should also be just as nutritious as the meals. So save the special treats and the sugar for the special occasions. Another big tip is to keep it easy. Don't overthink it. The parents are also working and being parents, and so simple things like sandwiches and wraps, even it could be made in advance, some veggies and some fruit and some dip could all, be all you need to have a lunch. And then you could also take advantage of some of the pre-portioned things like the protein packs that they do have at the stores. They'll have nuts and seeds and cheese, but I would stay away from the ones that have a dessert and some juice boxes included. The last thing is that there's a silver lining. You can also take things that maybe you can give your kids things that maybe they couldn't take to lunch because it was too messy or it would need to be reheated. And so that does actually open up the options of things you could use for breakfast and lunch.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to the phones. We'll start with Steve from Madison. Hi, Steve. What's your question?
Ma'am, I've been told that you can take niacin to help with itchy skin, and I've also heard there's a non-blushing kind of a niacin. Have you heard of anything about that?
Well, there is some of that non-blushing that can happen if people do take a niacin supplement. Pretty much all the nutrients are involved in kind of keeping us healthy in one way or another. So unless you have a specific deficiency and your doctor has tested you to take niacin, we don't want to over supplement. So those are the things that I would watch for. If your doctor says it's safe and your labs are within a range that you would need to take it, then I would take it only under a doctor's supervision.
Okay. Go to Mary now in Middleton. Hi, Mary. What's your question?
Oh, I recently had a gallbladder attack, and I was told to go low fat, but no real specifics on that. Are there some things that are just don't ever do that?
Well, some folks will have a response to fat, especially more of the unhealthy kind of greasy fat. You might find that if you do things like peanut butter or salmon and cook with olive oil, that those fats don't necessarily bother you as much as some of the animal fats and the really overtly greasy foods. So that's the first thing I would say is try to stick with a healthier plant-based fats when you can, and that should help to at least lessen the attack. Like I said, a lot of people respond differently to the different types of fat.
Take it from me firsthand, don't eat hot dogs.
That is kind of a greasy fat.
We're out of time, unfortunately. Michelle, thank you for your time. Thank you all for calling in. We'll do this again in a month.